Let's head down to Baton Rouge as the Tigers and Rebels are wrapping this game up right now. We got 23-16, Steve. So we're going to probably be talking in this segment as this game comes to a close. But there was some big news in the Bayou, and we don't even need to wait till this game ends to talk about their latest commitment. Safety Jacob Bradford was in the Bayou this weekend. He was formerly committed to Houston, decommitted prior to the weekend, I believe. So not technically a flip, but a flip nonetheless. So Jacob Bradford is now an LSU Tiger. Steve, what are the implications of Bradford committing?
Well, he's a versatile defensive back that has really strong movement skills. I mean, he is a change of direction guy that plays very physical. His younger brother, Blaine Bradford, our number one ranked safety in the country. But Jacob doesn't get enough credit for how athletic he is and the things he can do in the secondary, the type of guys he can cover and things of that nature. So this is a really nice pickup for LSU to keep another prize target in state coming out of his official visit last week. And LSU hosted visitors, a lot of the Louisiana kids, for an official visit last weekend over their bye week. Jacob was uncommitted. They bring him back this week.
Yeah, they had 10 official visitors. He was the only uncommitted on campus.
And he committed. Hayes, you broke the news. What did Jacob tell you about why he chose the Tigers?
Yeah, Steve, this one's been in the works for a long time. Obviously, you have a kid from Baton Rouge Catholic High. You know, the in-state Tigers are going to keep, a stronghold on him. Like you said, Steve, his younger brother, you actually placed an RPM for the Tigers earlier today. Blaine is the number 10 overall recruit in the On 300 rankings for the 2026 class and the number one safety. So that's another one to monitor when it comes to the Bradfords and the LSU Tigers.
All right, Steve, let's talk about a couple other flip targets on campus. Anquan Fegans, who's committed to Auburn. He's been looking around. He was at Georgia last weekend. Now he's at LSU, committed to Auburn. He committed to Auburn right here on the On3 Recruits channel. And also, this was a surprise reported on Friday. 5-star wide receiver Caleb Cunningham, who's committed to Alabama, was also at the game. Now they're playing Ole Miss. He's from the state of Mississippi. But what do you make of Caleb Cunningham being on campus here?
Well, again, he's keeping a lot of schools warm right now. Alabama still obviously the program to beat. That's where he's committed, but you follow Chad Simmons reporting on this and mine. This one's going to go all the way to December. We're going to be talking about Caleb Cunningham. He's going to be one of the hottest names around the early signing period because Ole Miss is going to be right there. They haven't even thrown all their haymakers yet. He has not taken his official visit to Ole Miss yet. I would expect Ole Miss has got a couple big home games at the end of the year. I think Oklahoma and Georgia are big home games for Ole Miss at the end of the year. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's at both of those ball games, an official visit for one of those ball games. Look, Alabama, great relationship there. Coach Jamarcus Shepard, the Tide, the track record of offense and receiver development under the coaches in that room. He was blown away by his visit to Alabama in June. He committed, but now other schools are trying to catch up. You got Auburn trying to catch up. You got LSU trying to catch up. And then you got Ole Miss. I still view Ole Miss as the biggest challenger. But anytime Auburn or LSU are alive, they got the ability to make a major move with somebody, and LSU's got him on campus right now. The Tigers, it's 4th and 5, 32 seconds, 23-16. Nussmeier under center from their 24-yard line. Let's see what happens here, Josh, because this could change our conversation a little
now,
bit.
Ole Miss, I kind of feel like Lane Kiffin has a strategy here because you said it on Caleb Cunningham, and I kind of feel like Ole Miss touchdown. How about that? Nussmeier does it. Wow.
Charles Power text during the game earlier said that Nussmeier is going to have the most high-level NFL throws on his college game tape.
That was an NFL throw right there. That was a dart
right there. So we're 23-22 with 27 seconds.
Another overtime night game in the SEC. We're knocking on the door of another overtime game here. This would be a phenomenal game to be at if you're a recruit. It's got to be. I mean, it's got to be. This is one of the Death Valley LSU Ole Miss matchup is quintessential SEC night football. Got to love it. Let's talk a little bit about Jacob Bradford's brother. You hit on it, Blaine Bradford. He's the number one safety in America for the 2026 class. Do you like where LSU sits? Are you close to dropping an RPM for Blaine Bradford?
I did earlier today.
I didn't even know that. We're
Blaine
in
Bradford.
recruit reaction. You gotta lead with that, Steve. That's big news.
Yeah, Blaine Bradford. I like where LSU stands. Look, there's programs like Notre Dame that have his eye and schools of that nature, but I just think proximity to family, super close-knit family, getting a chance to continue playing ball with his brother, playing in atmospheres like this in Death Valley, 23-23. If LSU wins this ball game, everything that they still set out for before the season's in front of them, a potential SEC championship, the college football playoff, everything's still on the table for the Tigers if they can win this ball game tonight. Even if they don't win this ball game tonight, it's actually still on the table for them. But
what do we think of Jakeem Stewart?
Well, look, they're obviously one of the front runners. He's going to come back for their game against Alabama. He's having a terrific experience right now at Oregon, watching the Ducks beat another one of his top schools, Ohio State. USC rounds out that top four. Look, there's a lot of people in that state that think Jakeem Stewart's ultimately going to end up at LSU because of his relationship with Frank Wilson. And look, LSU is going to do everything they can to keep this young man in state. But that is a true blue chip recruiting battle. They got some major competition out there, and it's going to be a war for him. But LSU, they got the number 3 class in the country right now, and they're trying to swing a heavy spatula on guys like Anquan Fegans and Caleb Cunningham, who are on campus this weekend. And there's the class right there. Bryce Underwood, hands down, the number 1 recruit in the country this cycle. DJ Pickett, our number 1 ranked cornerback at On3. He's number 2 per the On3 RPM. Harlan Berry is one of the electric backs that they have committed right now. And so, look, they're going to have to battle Notre Dame to keep Derek Meadows. You know, they got people trying to come into there.
And DJ Pickett's not going to be easy to hold on to either.
Right. But that's big boy recruiting. LSU's playing big boy football tonight here, though. Ole Miss trying to get in the field goal range here at the end of this ball game here. But
yeah. All right. Well, LSU fans, I doubt you're tuned in right now, but this is going to be a great video to watch once this game's over as we head into overtime. But LSU fans, talk to us. How you feeling about recruiting? How you feeling about the rest of the season? Like Steve said, the whole season's right there in front of you, win or lose. So how we feeling? Let us know. Comment section below.